black and white people as America, then I'm still stuck in the past.
That's what's up.
With American Dream, I don't see them folks. It's just straight up, it's my dream. So, and if we get stuck on what's viewed as they or whoever says the American Dream is, you never gonna reach what you can really reach. Okay, a big house, picket fence. Who don't have that? They want to get it. You know what I'm saying? That's the basics now for the ones that we should be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Not to omit anyone, but I'm saying group of people that we socialize with on a day. That's the norm. So we've been living the American dream, just straight up. Now, it's things above dreams. You know what I'm saying? So that I'm going to a whole nother realm of something. You know what I'm saying? But just saying that, I feel like you can get. Everything is available for you if you know how to get the resources, if you're able to come in contact with the right people, and I don't see their dream. Their dream has never been important to me. I've never been driven off their dream, never. I'd say growing up, we had more than they had. So I didn't care nothing about I never felt a need to hold my head down when I saw them. Never. You know what I'm saying? That still now, I don't see them. Just right on. That's not where I'm going with it. But the point is, I'm in charge of what's going on for the most part.
You define your own dream. I love it.
Thank you.
All right, next question. Do we have our lemonade?
I'm ready.
Got our lemonade? The black church has done more harm than good for black people.
Oh, nah. Look. He was fan. He was ready. Black church done more
harm than good for black people.
Y'all are going to get me in trouble on this podcast.
That's right.
Can I just I'm just going to open my top and then I'll put it back.
That's on the fence. You are on the fence. All right, who wants to start?
Was church. I'm gonna keep it simple. I feel like if the views of if church was something that was not so traditional, if more things were taught besides to pay tithes and pay offering, and what's written in the book was more about stuff that more around financials. You know what I'm saying? Other resources besides just what's written in the book. That happened years ago. So we focus more on that. We've been taught that if it's not in the Bible, it's not true, or they said this in the Bible, but the world is so big. Till there's other views, there's other books that could be, the original books. It's several original books. You want to be the most recent book is always the most relevant book, but everybody's gonna go back to certain books. But the point I'm making is, yes, it should be more stuff. Even now, there's a church in every corner, but how much wealth is in the community?
Yeah.
Agree.
I guess I'll speak.
You took a sip.
I did take a sip. I believe that that black churches done more harm than good in the black community. And kind of piggybacking off of what he was saying, especially we're talking about the rural South here. So we're just Albany, Southwest Georgia. The majority of these churches in this particular area, they teach you tithe offering, right? But as he was saying, I look at this community and I don't see the impact that this many churches in this community should have on this type of community. And then I see the people, and it's just because I'm a church girl, born and raised, been to many churches. You go to church every Sunday, Wednesday, however often you going, and you still praying for more resources. You still praying, God, I need some more money to help with this and help with that. And I'm only 25. How is it that I've seen this for 25 years?
Nothing's changed.
So I'm just like, where's the disconnect here? Like there's an educational piece that is not being taught. And the Bible is not all, you can't do this, you can't do that. There are many, scriptures that speak about what to do with money in Proverbs. But those scriptures are not the ones that are, taught often.
Right.
And then I also think
about that
exactly.
Right.
And then I also think that one of the most detrimental things that the black church has done is the pushing fear. A lot of people are scared to go to hell, so they ain't gonna do certain stuff. A lot of people are afraid to be their true selves because they don't want to be judged by the church. And now you got people who are coming with double faces and masks and, you know, and acting this way on Sunday, cuss the kids out when they get back in the car, you know? And it's like, why is that a thing?
Slap the wife in the car.
Slap the wife in the car.
Right.
Or, you know, but that's, why is that a thing? You know what I'm saying? And it's because
Like, let's sip now.
I just
I agree with that.
as a whole, the black church has done more harm. And it's not just limited to the black church, but because we're talking about the black church, there's that.
Okay. Any other agreeers?
That's all you see.
I just feel like growing up in the black church, I've seen like it's done a lot of harm, but then again, it has its good too at the same time. I do feel like it has a way of like making people hide themselves and who they are as a person, and then it's just like you have a fear of going to hell. Like, this is why I'm not going to go out and I'm not going to, you know, do certain things. I can't be myself because I have a fear of someone. I'm not just at church, just like, I don't want every single action. Oh, you going to hell for that. And it's like, it can be literally nothing, and you're sitting there like, you breathe wrong, and you
got a piercing.
Yeah, you have a piercing and it's tattooed, and even if it's God on your arm and a verse, and
I love Jesus.
I love God on my arm, and you're going to hell. I just feel like seeing it, and I still go to church, but it's just it has done a lot of harm more than it has good in certain people's lives.
A lot of disagreeers.
Only a few disagree.
So,
I guess you have to
Two
have.
disagreeers.
Oh,
Oh, you
I
disagree too?
disagree.
Okay.
well, I'll just say I'm on the fence. Full disclosure, I am related to pastors here in town.
That's what's up.
And so what I will say, to kind of piggyback off of what Jayla mentioned, folks are afraid to be who they are. So the black church, in my opinion, is far more likely to cast stones at someone who's part of the queer community. So we don't want to protect these folks or welcome them into the congregation. But on the other hand, we turn a blind eye to adultery or to outside children or to physical and emotional abuse going on in the church. So if you're going to beat the Bible, you got to beat it all the way around the block. You just can't stop right here,
Right,
because there's no gold, silver, or bronze category of sin. But if the goal is to bring everybody in and love them, regardless of what identity they hold.
Absolutely.
I didn't drink only because, one, I don't feel like it's just the black church. I think religion as a whole has been used in evil ways to misguide the world. I wasn't raised in the black church, so I don't feel knowledgeable enough to be sitting up here telling somebody that what they have been doing their whole life is wrong and has ruined their people or our people. I think that integration, the black church was very beneficial to our people because that was the meeting place to do all of the organizing that has led us to being equal in many areas today and having certain liberties and rights. But once integration became the new norm, the black church lost its importance in our community and it started becoming more of a predator. And even in the inception of the black church, we know that white slave owners used that as a method of controlling the slaves. So it's always been used to manipulate, but I'm not going to say that it's done more harm than good. It's been used as a tool to do a lot of harm.
And I think that's how I feel about it. The specific wording of it, has it done more harm than good? I don't agree with that. Could the black church do more? Yes, and I would agree with that. I sit with that, but I don't think it's done more harm. I think, like Clint said, it has sustained black people through some hard times. It's been organizing points. They were educational points, rebellion points with Nat Turner. So I think the black church has been instrumental in moving black people to where we are now. And could they do more? Yes. I think that now everything's just got modernized. It's all about money. We got to bring your W-2s to church and all this extra junk. Now they got ATMs and junk in the church. So it's a whole nother situation. But I don't think it's done more harm than good. I think they could definitely do more to help spread that wealth and teach black people how to do things better. Like, that's why, shout out to the nation. The nation teaches black economics. They teach black cooperative economics, and they give land, they give food, they do a lot. So shout out to them in that aspect. And I wish that the black community as a whole and black churches as a whole adopted that direction. But yeah, so that's why I am.
Tommy, you kept saying the white Bible.
Yeah, about a white man.
That's all you gotta say is just white Bible. Okay.
Were it not for the black church, we wouldn't have spirituals.
You like the spirituals.
Well, that's the language that led us to freedom on the Underground Railroad. Had it not been for those who
that
would
real
not
now.
known how Harriet Tubman and others that ran the Underground Railroad were going to come in, that was our code. That was our black English at that time.
I like that. That's real now.
But just to piggyback off what Tommy and you said, it's I'm reading a book, The Miseducation of the Negro by
Carter G. Woodson.
And it said something about like a white God and a white Jesus and like all these teachings and things like that. And you mentioned Nat Turner. I don't like the fact that sometimes you get shunned for confusion. There's been multiple times where I have questioned my faith and my like just being a Christian in general is because like this is the same Bible that slave owners were using to keep my ancestors scared and enslaved. And it's just like certain things in the Bible that you look at and you're like, side eye. And you're like, I'm not sure if it's something that you can fully just believe in or you can fully just trust. But it's something that I had to come to myself with and to my God with. And so it's coming from a certain aspect. I 100% agree with both sides of the spectrum.
And we can have a whole part 2 on just religion and the fact that we don't even have a full Bible. There are certain parts of the Bible that we don't even get to read, right?
Exactly.
So that's a whole other conversation. So
That was a good one there.
we'll move on. The next question. Everybody got their no shade lemonade?
Ready.
Y'all, what are y'all doing?
Listen, dog, we done agreed. Y'all just making good points.
She told y'all real good. Take small sips. And you're like, no, I'm drinking it all.
That American dream when I had to go back.
The next question. Black political power has not advanced black people.
Look.
All right, say it one more time. Let me get my mind right.
Black political power has not advanced black people.
Is this like in general, or are we talking about specific to Albany? Because I want to.
You can go either way, but you can go either way.
That's not.
All right.
It's hard,
But that was Adam Clayton Powell, though. That was.
He was something else now.
I mean, shout out to Harlem, dog. The congressional districts and all. I mean, all right.
Are you gonna sip or not?
No, I ain't gonna sip it. I ain't gonna.
Tiffany, you wanna?
I think, within anything, there's only so much, people can do. I think that sometimes when we elect people, so I'm going to say it from that perspective, we're not looking at their full background. Sometimes we vote specifically because they're black or something.
They go to my church, they go to my school.
They go to church. So when we put those people in those positions, how can we expect people to, make change around our community? So I'm sipping from that aspect. Because we put people in who really does not have
They just black.
experience of
Just 'cause they're black.
capacity and everything. And then they get up there and then it's like,
What do you expect them to do?
what do you expect?
Right.
What do you expect?
Clinton?
I'm gonna say mine quick. I drank because I don't feel like it's the politicians that have made change for the black community. People have been trying to get me to get in politics since forever, and I tell them no. I'd rather be an influencer from the outside. Those are the people that make changes.
That's right.
How many black folks have made a law that has impacted civil rights? But how many black people have influenced the laws to be signed by the white folks that enabled us to do so? It's not the politicians. They're just merely showpieces to make people appease to think they have representation.
Yeah.
The influencers that have money and social impact are the ones that actually make change. In
Say
my
that
opinion.
again. You said they were appeased. Say that one more time.
They're showpieces to appease the public to make them think they have representation.
That's real.
But they're not.
So
They're like Queen Elizabeth.
That's,
You don't have no real power.
I'm just there.
Wow.
And I drank because I agree.
I did on that.
What he just said.
Absolutely. Anybody disagreeers?
I disagree.
I disagree because